Steel Toe Morning Show.
Morning and welcome. What the hell? Why do I see 19 of me in a never-ending cascade of me? Uh-oh. I know Geno's up. He'll be here. He'll be here. Yeah, he'll be here. Welcome to the show, everybody. It's the Steel Toe Morning Show. It's Rumble Friday. It's it's Steel Toe Victory Day, I guess. I hear these things. I guess I won some contest that I wasn't even participating in. That's embarrassing. You never want to lose a contest that you weren't even in, or that the other guy wasn't even in. You can lose a contest that you weren't in. If you weren't in it, was it really a contest? But I guess Shuli's producer, who is a tragic figure, by the way, I think we can all agree, he's been beaten up by a senior citizen. In a fight he started. This is kind of a common theme for that guy. Start a fight with someone who's not in a fight with you and then lose it. He's like that Michael McDonald character from Mad TV. You're just, you looking at my girl? And then all of a sudden, 3 seconds later, he's on the ground at the guy's feet. All right, that's enough, bro. I guess he went on some unhinged rant. I still haven't heard it. I have this rule in my life where if you listen to any content produced by a guy who gets beat up by the elderly and lives in a trailer park, if you consume any of that content, you're losing at life. And I don't want to lose at life. I want to do my best to do well in life. So I haven't heard it, but the lovely and talented Muttering Jay on Twitter was following this, and he's like, I hate Steel Toe. He's a piece of shit. And I guess he said that Fatty Patty 3 Seats who, by the way, is running from a boxing match now against me. He's like, Aaron said he'd fly me out. I don't think I did, but if I did, let's just get this out of the way. That was a mistake and a dumb thing for me to say. Get your ass out here. I'll kick the shit out of you. It's that simple. Now, should he do it? No, absolutely not. He should be a coward. He should run away. And he is. But in classic him fashion, it's all wrapped up in a lie and obfuscation and everything else. So producer Joe says that Fatty Patty 3 Seats should beat me to 10,000 subs. Now, I think there's like 9 or 10 shows now that have tried to, their whole goal is like, we're going to destroy Steel Toe. They're like Kevin Sullivan's Dungeon of Doom trying to kill Hulkamania, and it's working out just as well. And so I was like, I don't really give a shit about the 10,000 subs thing. You got, 10 shows that are like, we're going to kill him. So I'm like, all right, well, whatever. They can have their fun. And then I guess Fatty Patty 3 Seats is like amping this up. He's like, yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. Blah, blah, blah. And then I guess enough people hate them that our subs exploded. And now I guess we won this race that, again, I never knew we were in until it was over. And this is going to make, and is Geno in there yet? There he is. There's Geno Bisconte.
Hey, buddy.
Good morning. I'm just gloating a little. So this is.
Do I sound okay?
I mean, audio-wise, yes. Talent-wise,
Hey, do I sound like dead weight? Perfect.
You do. You feel like you know what you feel like? You feel like I'm about to get an x-ray taken of my teeth. Just a nice lead weight right on my...
Look at you front-ending the funny. Just roll out of bed. So go back to gloating while I sip my coffee and light a cigar, because I'm enjoying this nearly as much as you, but that's not possible.
By the way, Fatty Patty 3 States, a wonderful nickname. So I guess that happens. And then what was the other one? Yeah, this puts me in a weird spot with Geno today, because one of the people who I guess got wind of this, it's so funny to watch yourself be in a competition and like everyone else is involved in it but you, and you're kind of like, all right, let's see how this goes. I'll watch these people just flail at each other. So your buddy, Kevy Brenny, is upset with...
Kevy Brenny?
He's upset with, and I told April about this yesterday, and she goes, thank God we're not involved in this retarded shit. This sounds dumb. And I was like, yeah, but, fun to observe from the outside looking in. And Kevy Brenny, lovely host of Misery Loves Company, he apparently hates Fatty Patty 3 Seats now. So he goes, everybody go subscribe to Steel Toe. And he threw us like over this imaginary 10,000 hump that everyone was politicking that they were going to hit first. And so to show that politics makes strange bedfellows, Kevin Brennan pushed us over the top for a victory. So I think Geno would agree with me today. God bless you, Kevin Brennan, and thank you for your generosity. Look at him run like a little girl.
It is so fun to, God bless Kevy Brennan, because Lord knows he's closer to being in a conversation with God than ever. But yeah, it's sad. It's sad that I'm enjoying watching everything. I'm trying to think what to go. Us, we, you and I said, and it really is. And look, I don't care about the super chats, and I wish him well, Ray DeVito. But how's he? I was watching the 1 o'clock show he did because he was so angry he couldn't wait to be angrier. And I'm going to do In Hot Water yesterday, and normally I listen to Colin Cowherd because I like to get my sports with a healthy dose of liberal cocksucking. You know what I mean? And I'm like, suddenly I see he's streaming, and it's like, this is really, it's not even that fun being right anymore about this guy. He's a frazzled mess. And
hey, wait a minute. Don't you talk poorly about my new friend and supporter and benefactor, Kevin Brennan.
Kevy Brennan. I apologize because I know he's been very good to you. And so, but it's like, at one point, like, so last night, I'm, sitting there on the couch with Keanu, and I'm like, I got to watch some of the stream because when a stream is titled, Bob Levy is sending people out to get me or something. Right?
But okay, but don't both of them deserve some responsibility? Because it's funny to watch both of them act like 14-year-old girls over a podcast.
Yeah, over a fucking podcast. And like, it's almost like they become, what's the word I'm looking for? Pro fucking wrestlers. They're pro wrestlers. That's all they are. And they're still, like, I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, I liked pro wrestling. Yeah. And like, I love the story behind pro wrestling, but I never said when I grow up, and there's a lot of comics who watch pro wrestling who actually, and I'm not bashing them, some of them are good friends of mine. Ray Goots loves pro wrestling, but it's like his stand-up is great. He does a joke now. He's like, I'm on Tinder. It's like the women are crazy. One girl's like, it's not cheating if my husband's watching us. He's a funny comedian. But there's guys who just became those pro wrestlers, and that's what Bob is more than ever. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I love him. He can get mad at me, but when he's like talking and you can tell he's making it up and he's not even a good pro wrestler, I'm going to send people out to get him. I've got a group. Well, people, what are you doing, brother? We
do dumb fucking comedy podcasts for a few people who like us. And you guys are like, I'm going to report him to the IRS. I'm going to send private investigators after him. Wait a minute. If this is pro wrestling, then of course that would make Patrick Melton Yokozuna, correct?
It would indeed.
I'm pretty sure. No, that whole thing. So then yesterday, the other thing that these guys, I guess, got their panties in a bunch about is, well, they're all going to box me now.
Hey, Aaron.
Yeah.
Aaron, I got my coffee and cigar now. I'm ready.
Okay, well, as long as you're ready. By the way, I want your boy on Twitter to clip you running to the microphone when you hear Kevin Brennan's name. I want him to go back, find that clip, and then you sprinting and gallivanting like a kid on Christmas morning because you heard Kevin Brennan. Kevin Brennan.
And by the way, shout out to the man. It's the Gum Friday account, and I should thank Bobby, because after Bobby said he doesn't work for us, my God, he's putting out a clip a day to prove how much he doesn't work for us, including clips of Keanu Cast, including clips of whenever me and you hang out. The guy's fucking great.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll make sure he has a clip of me rushing to here. Did someone say Kevy Brenny as I follow my erection to the webcam?
So I guess Patrick and that producer Joe, who when he's not getting beat up by elderly people is coming up with terrible contest ideas. They're both like, oh, I want to box steel toe. So I said the same thing. Well, boys, I box every Thursday. I mean, if you want to get your ass out to Minnesota, I'll take it easy on you, and we'll beat you up a little bit. And then out come the excuses. Oh, no, you have to fly us out there. No, I never said I wanted to box you. I'm like, first of all, challenging people to boxing matches is fucking gay. It really is. It's super, super gay. But if I'm going to be there anyway, and it's something I do as a hobby already, come on, don't talk about it. You sound gay when you talk about it. Just come out and do it. So now now that you've got the 10,000 thing yesterday, then you've got the boxing thing yesterday, and you saying that it's pro wrestling, it has to be, because if it's not pro wrestling, how do all these people not die of shame?
They think, because they think this is podcasting. They think I'm sorry that, and to quote my former Aaron, I used to have another Aaron in my life, Aaron. Berg said it one time, and I still agree with him. He was probably saying it directly. Not everyone should do a podcast.
No,
not everyone should do a podcast, and I'm sure you have it too. I think Jake's you're responsible for guys like Jake Hudson.
Thanks. And I'm responsible. No, hold on. Bubba the Love Sponge is originally responsible for Jake Hudson. Then he came to us. Everybody gets tired of him, and they're like, I fucking can't with this guy. And then he just moves down the trough.
Right, but I don't mean it in that way. I mean, they're fans of ours and fans of yours, hey, I'm going to do a podcast too. And I find some of them are absolutely terrible. And some of them, the one I always refer to as the Backyard Boys. The Backyard Boys, you did their podcast.
Sure.
It's an absolute train wreck, and I love doing it. Because if you ask them, they're like, we don't know. We just all show up and we talk, and sometimes we don't talk over each other. But they're like, this is fun, and they know they're just hey, we want a podcast too. But other people just oh, I have internet. Chad Zumach, I'm sorry. Chad Zumach's I have internet access, and I should podcast because I do stand-up. You're not a good stand-up. Sold out shows with Nick Swartzen. Stop bragging that you've been in comedy 30 years. You had to leave LA. You could never make it in New York. And now you're the best fucking opener in Florida. Stop bragging. They're sold out shows. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. I'm doing a sold out show this weekend with Keanu at a bar in Scranton, and I am bragging.
There we go.
I am bragging. We did. Oh, God, we did. I mean, I know it wasn't.
You sold out Stoney's Bar in Rockville.
No, we didn't. Didn't you see that filthy dashboard that apparently fucking Fat Onion Tits lied about? Again, stop. But that's a pro wrestling thing. Whoa, we're sold out. Just stop it. Just fucking tell your jokes, sell out what shows you can, and fucking be proud of what you're doing. And it's all the new model. The new model is, well, don't get me wrong. Some people are killing with the old model. That ain't me. And the people that are sitting there saying, "Oh my God, I'm selling out fucking." No, you're not. You're an opener, Chad. Oh my God, but let me tell you, I'm gonna fucking box you in a match. No, you're not. You're a guy. You're not a because I'm a great podcaster. You're a guy with YouTube and internet access. Yeah. Stop it. And again, I can't imagine Kevy Brenny. I was watching that stream, and
you better not talk shit about my new friend Kevin.
I can't take these last minute curves.
Kevin put me over the top, brother.
See what you did? That's very clever. What you did there,
I had a chair in my hand. Actually, no. Here's my role in all this. I was sitting there in the audience in the way upper deck, fucking watching, and they're like, "Please come in, please come in." And I'm like, "What do you need me to do?" All right, pretend you're gonna hit this guy with a chair, but then you really hit this guy with a chair, and then next week you'll hit the other guy with a chair. I'm like, no offense, boys, you sound retarded.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Kevin's come a long way because for some reason, remember when people were throwing so much money in the Echo hate chamber that he wouldn't even read $5, let alone $2 super chats? He sure reads those $1.99 super chats now because he's not getting any big super chats.
This is what I love about all these guys and what they don't understand.
And I'm sorry to shit on your new friend. I apologize.
He's my new buddy, and you gotta stop. I'm gonna put a private investigator on you.
I will box you when we come out there for that fucking football game.
We'll talk about the football game, but it's boxing first, brother.
Please.
So. What I love about this is all of these guys. It's like little spindly cancer Joe and fatty Patty 3 seats Melton. It's this weird thing where they think any of us are anybody. Like they're like 10,000. Who's gonna get to 10,000 first? Guys, I have bad news. You know what having 10,000 subs on YouTube means? You're a fucking nobody. Like it's not. I'm a nobody. All these people are nobodies, and they're like, it's like being an indie wrestler, but you're like a milkman full time, but you treat the indie wrestling like it's Monday Night Raw, and you're like, guys, take it. You don't need to, you're getting paid $20 for your spot tonight. You don't need to go through that table full of thumbtacks. It's not necessary.
No, I'm sorry, I'm going to go way off topic. Table full of thumbtacks. What happened? You ever see the guy on YouTube that jumps onto tables?
Oh, that guy's fucking awesome. The Insane Clown Posse fan?
Yes.
Oh, that kid rules. We'll watch some of him today. He's great.
Can we watch some of him today? All right, back to your story. I don't know why I just
I'm done with this. I mean,
Fuck this shit. That's what these guys should be doing now.
Right. They should all be starting their show with, "This is for the juggalos and juggalettes." That should be the start of it.
All right, I'm getting off topic. I'm sorry.
Let's. We got a lot to talk about today. We got Trump's mugshot, which are like sometimes I look at this shit and I go, "Are you trying to make him look cool and like Jesse James and the Outlaw?"
I saw that, and it's already a T-shirt. I'm like, "What is that?" They're like, "That's Trump's mugshot." I'm like, "You're fucking with me. That's incredible." Right?
They live in such a bubble that they're like, yeah, this will make people think we're not total corrupt pieces of shit. This will make people not like him. I'm like, oh God, you just made him William Wallace.
Yeah, all you did, he's Obi-Wan. All you're going to do is make me stronger. It's insane.
We'll talk about that a little later. I want to say thank you to some people. If we go. I think this is the first gold day Geno's ever been here for. Oh, my goodness. Hopefully we don't have to break this bad boy up and fill it up today. But I do have a fun little...
Because by the way, people, you better fill it up. I'm here for the money. I'm not having a good time at all already. This is a nightmare.
I do have a fun game that we're going to play for Geno today. It's every dollar we go over today's goal goes right into the pocket of one GENO BISCONTE. Now... Johnny
Thompson.
Johnny made about $100 yesterday doing this whole thing. Let's see if Geno can top that one.
I was watching you and Johnny yesterday. That was a fun one. That was a fun one. And I went to bed watching you and Johnny 2 nights ago making fun of fat onion tits. The clip that came up, and I'm just like a 5-year-old. I'm like, again, call him fat again. I'm such a child.
I always say about that guy, I'm like, it's so obvious that he was like a bullied fat kid in school, and there's like the hunched shoulders and the lack of confidence, and you're like, that's just a guy trying to podcast out his childhood demons. Unfortunately, he never got to be a cool kid. So now he's projecting what he thinks a cool kid looks like, and it's like, pal, you're 50 years old and you have no insurance. You have to drop this facade.
When I first saw that fat picture, with the Newport thing, were you not the same? Like, okay, now I feel kind of bad.
Yes.
Because he's just a fat dude.
I did,
he's just a fat dude.
I felt bad in that regard, and I also felt bad for that 4 chair that poor chair. And
so you felt bad briefly.
I did. And then I thought like Jack Black and Shallow Hal. I went, what are these welded with? And they're like, steel. Well, check the weld points on them. So I want to throw a few thank yous out here today. Over on Rumble, $2 from Trucker 18 Wheeler says, ice cream truck song for Rumble Friday. 1916 Harry C. Brown and Love a Watermelon. All right, look, we're not only on Rumble yet. We got a few minutes on YouTube that will bring those people over. Just can you hold on with the black people shit for a minute?
Like I'm gonna sneeze.
Greasy N-word with $5 says, wait, are we back in the Kevin Brendan business? Nobody's in the anybody business. This is all ridiculous if you take it on any level of seriousness.
Why is that so funny to me? Are we back in the Kevin Brendan? By the way, kudos to Steve, our boy Steve Conte, because he came up with that because he was so livid that they were making money. He's like, I just want to snipe stream Kevin Brendan and make $15,000 a month. Right. And I'm sorry that I'm starting to get. It's like, yeah, that really makes you happy. These are some happy people.
All of those people seem so happy that they're consumed by fucking podcasts all day.
Yeah, and I'm gonna look. You can clip this. I'll go on record on YouTube as saying this. I like Shuli a lot. I do, but it seems like the second fucking that he lost 50% of his material.
Yeah.
With and I'll talk to Shuli about that with fucking Levy leaving Brennan, which we all celebrated. It's like we got Levy out of fucking a prison cell, and now it's like he called me Aaron called me a Jew. Yeah, everyone calls you a Jew.
Yeah, and also
you a Jew. We love you, you dumb Jew. Stop it. Like no one calls me fucking flat broke. Stop it. Although I'm not flat broke.
That was
Jew.
Here's
I love the guy.
The worst part about that was he doesn't mean it and he's faking the offense so he can have material. And I saw that right away and I'm like, oh, poor you. Like, you could try and do a real show instead of, elderly drama hour. But instead you're like, well, he called me a Jew. And I'm like, you disingenuously pretending to be upset and playing victim is not helping the whole Jew thing.
But I will be the first to admit that I'm a bit of a hypocrite too, because it's low hanging fruit when, like, for example, like I know we're talking about Kevin Brennan now, but if you watch the show all week, I'm done with them. I'm done talking about them. I really am. The only time I touched upon it is and I don't mean in a mean way, because it's the same thing. It's so easy to talk about. It's so, in Shuli's defense, when he's doing it, it's good fucking Shuli programming for them, but it's like, you don't need this.
Right.
And of course, let me tell two veterans of Howard Stern how to broadcast.
Doing it wrong. I mean, they were whack packers of Howard's. I mean, it's like you're allowed to tell Beetlejuice how to broadcast. It's the same thing. Richard with $5 says Geno Friday heading to Rumble. Enjoy. Bearded Trucker with $10 says morning loaf piggy. Thanks, buddy. $5 from Bearded Trucker again says morning Geno. And there was one I missed. Oh, where'd it go? There it is. Hobo chili recipe with $4.99 says Geno, only guy that can make a true Cuban cigar smell like garlic. Salud, you zesty dago.
I like that guy. You have very good chatters. I know you know that,
yes.
But I always enjoy the chatters not beloved chatter. Isn't he one of the Dabbleverse?
Hobo Chili? No, I think Hobo Chili I think he came from the ROTC world.
No, not Hobo Chili. He's great. Yeah. But there's a chatter literally called Beloved Chatter. And
that
really sticks in my head.
Yeah. But Hobo Chili, when we get to what is it? Rumble. When we get to Rumble only, we get to hell. We're going to go to Rumble in like 2 or 3 minutes here, but
when we get to the pearly gates and April and Keanu are on the other side going like, we don't know them. Never saw those guys.
Never.
And I'm looking at clips of me if you saw it this week or last week, Frankie McDonald talking, but they muted him and just have Hitler fucking sound bites. I'm going to look at God as he's sending me down. I'm going to like, it was worth it. It was worth it. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm sorry. I apologize. They get sensitive. They're telling me that Hobo Chili was not an ROTC guy, a Mersh guy. I'm sorry. Specifically a Mersh guy. I apologize. My fault. Okay. 275 away from knocking it out today. That's where we sit. Great start to today, guys. Thank you very much. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, memberships. Actually, Rumble rants today. Diesel Cat with $9.99 says, oh, God, is this a Guinea word? I'm terrible at Guinea words. Chambord boys, North Carolina.
Do you know what the shout out Diesel Cat. I will say this. I love how I see the spillover from like our fans and your fans and they'll be in Keanu's chat. Diesel Cat is a guy that we do pet of the day, and he sent us a picture. He found this gray cat, this diesel colored cat by the side of the road. Kitten travels with him everywhere now, and he watches In Hot Water. And I was drinking with Steve 2 days ago. Get hammered, just a hammered week. I feel it right here. That's my liver. And Steve, like, we all have one of those things, like, you know, like your grandparents have a bizarre bottle sitting in their house that they never drank and it was there forever.
Yeah.
Well, that was Chambord at Steve's grandmother or grandfather's house. So we're drunk at the bar and he's like, let's drink that. We start doing shots of Chambord. Do you know what Chambord is?
It's I believe it's a knockoff of Real Board. A boo.
That's the show. Hey, will see you on
We'll
Monday.
see you later, guys. We don't need money today. That is reward enough.
Chambord is
the opposite of Real Board.
Boy,
I just felt it was worth a repeat.
It is a raspberry liqueur. Okay, it is one of the gayest.
The kind you find at a secondhand store. Raspberry.
Berry Chambord. It was working part-time at the Five and Dime. And it literally is.
Was their boss, if I may guess, I'm never letting you get to the end of this, Mr. McGee?
My boss was Mr. McGee.
Oh, he told me several times that he didn't like my kind. See, I was a bit too leisurely.
Too leisurely, as I recall. You were a bit too leisurely.
It seems that I was busy doing something close to nothing, but different than the day before. Mm-hmm. And that's when I saw her.
And that's when what happened then?
Ooh, I saw her. She walked in through the outdoor.
What a cunt.
Yes. She was a fat, stupid whore. Sorry.
She was a fat-titted onion loser. So we were...
the kind that can't fit through double-sided doors. Sorry. Go ahead.
Do not apologize for that. So we start drinking Chambord at the bar. It's disgusting. But the next day we start talking about it. And we decided that if you drink it, you can be in our group. The T-shirts are being made. The Chambord Boys. The Chambord Boys. It's going to be the new Proud Boys. It's the Chambord Boys. And then Steve said, we're at a Chambord meeting. And then Bobby said, I'm Chambord with this conversation. And then Carl was in the show. You know, our dear friend Carl. He came in on yesterday. He came in Thursday to wrap up vacation. And damn if he didn't bring a bottle of Chambord. And we decided you get initiated into the Chambord Boys. You know, like the Proud Boys, they punch you while you name 6 cereals.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you had to be a federal agent to get into the Proud Boys. But
he's
okay,
a
go
fan.
Ahead.
Damn it. I call him that all the time. We're drinking. I'm like, hey, Ted. He's like, hey, thanks, Gino. So yeah, to be a Chambord boy, they take the airport bottle of Chambord and shove it up your ass while you're naming 3 Chambord drinks.
Yes. Wow. It's lovely. That's a lot of bottle.
So shout out to my fellow Chambord boy, North Carolina Diesel Cat.
Now, Carl had a gem of a joke yesterday on... Oh, speaking of Carl, the WATP episode that they did on Steel Toe, that Carl, it was an honest man, stand-up guy, was not a part of because Carl does think we do a good show.
You know I'm talking about a different Carl.
I know. I'm going to get to your Carl in a second.
Yeah, you know Carl.
I just wanted to get this out because we already did pro wrestling podcast segment, but I just wanted to mention this. I am loving that episode bombed and all the I'm getting... messages from people that are going, oh, the WATP people are fucking pissed because the episode that they all wanted about you did not go well. And again, you can't imagine how happy that makes me. Now,
I did not even realize that was going on. That's great.
Oh, it was great. So then your Carl had a gem of a joke, I believe, yesterday on In Hot Water.
He gives me sheets of them now. I fucking like. You can tell it's vacation because when the show starts, he'll always give me one sheet of just flat out panel that we fucking do because it's funny. He just printed them all. I was like, just dealer's choice. So go on.
Gino, I heard that Carl doesn't like spelling bees.
No, no.
I'm sorry. What's the setup? Fuck.
Wait, watch this. I'll set you up.
All
I'll
right.
set you up. Okay. Now, Aaron.
Yeah.
I'm told you think spelling bees are really easy.
It's one letter.
Whenever I set him up, he's on my left, and I'll look at the booth, and there's ever in the booth with Steve and Bobby yesterday, and they're like, this guy's good. This guy's fucking... Let me explain the joke. B. You get it?
Oh, because it's what? Oh, now the doors have been unlocked.
Yeah, he's pretty great.
All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave YouTube. I'm going to get away from YouTube. These terrible...
No!
We're gonna say goodbye to YouTube now.
No!
The Rumble link is pinned to the top of the YouTube chat. So if you want to come back for more of this great quality, hilarious content that you're seeing, click that link at the top of the YouTube chat. Let's head over to Rumble. We've got me. We've got Geno. We're breaking that 1,130 person record today.
Thanks to Kevy Brenny.
Thanks to Kevy Brenny. We're going to do it. We're going to break our all-time viewing record of 1,130, and we're going to dedicate it to the one and only Kevy Brenny. So YouTube, goodbye. We will see you on Monday morning. Bye.